So I wanted to do a video talking about the double sleeve position. To me, when I'm teaching foundations of open guard, it's the guard I always start with because I think it's the simplest and it's the easiest to navigate to every other guard.
Like people think of double sleeve, or I call it double sleeve, as like spider guard, but I prefer to just say double sleeve because it's me holding one sleeve with each hand, and there's a lot of different leg positions you could have. I could have like a lasso, a spider hook, a leg past the body, a Dilahibo hook. You could like work underneath, have like a modified X hook, you can have a deep lasso, and like I'm shifting between these all the time. I could be here like this with my leg past the body and Dilahibo, put a foot in the bicep, start switching here, and like all of this stuff, right? So just calling it spider guard, I feel like isn't quite as descriptive or as broad as just double sleeve. Let's say I know the guy's gonna open my guard, right? So I have both sleeves, he stands up and starts opening the guard. However, I know it's gonna get open, so I just unlock my legs here. Okay, my right leg here, I'm just gonna leave it kind of past the body like this. I'm gonna turn my palm up. There's a lot of different combinations that could happen. We're just gonna keep it simple for now. I'm gonna turn both palms up like this, right? When I grab the sleeves, I like to circle towards the inside of the wrist a little bit more. If I'm out here, go ahead and start like kind of looping your hand a little bit and stuff. There's a lot more slack in the sleeve for him to loop, right? When I grab more towards the inside of the wrist like this, and I turn my hand, it kind of cuts all the slack out and makes it harder for him to loop. The left leg here, we're just gonna leave this right leg past the body for now. The left leg is either gonna be a lasso, a Dilahibo hook, or we can just close guard. And basically the way I'm gonna build this, right? Left foot is a lasso. If his leg is straight, and I'll show it on the other side in a minute. If his leg is straight here, then I can just pull into close guard, right? So I can always go back to close guard. A lot of guys are gonna keep their elbow and knee kind of connected in this kind of like strong base position. When this happens, I can't pull close guard, but that's what's gonna make my Dilahibo hook really strong. So if I put a Dilahibo hook in and he stretches this leg straight to get rid of it, then he's opening this space up. I can pull the sleeves and chase my way up to close guard and start attacking here or bring him back down. Otherwise, I can always leave the lasso as well, right? So a good starting point to just kind of learn the basic control of double sleeve is just this lasso and leg pass body. And with the leg pass body, the way I like to position my leg here is I like to angle my knee inward. Because usually what this guy wants is to do any form of pass, he has to push this leg down, right? If you're controlling both sleeves and the legs are up, he can't really go anywhere until one of these legs gets pushed down. So that's why I'm controlling the sleeve. So he's gonna wanna be going back like this to grab it. So I angle my knee inward a little bit, I turn my elbow tight to my hip like this, and I go palm up. When I do this, as he tries to pull back to grab that pant leg, it's really hard. Keep trying to pull back to the pant leg. It's just really hard here. And even if he starts to get to it, like a little bit like this, I can always kick my knee inward a little bit, and you see how I, almost like a knee shield, I kind of frame into him. That makes it really hard to grip, right? So now I have both sleeves here like this, and a good start point is he just kind of starts trying to go to either side, and you just kind of learn to follow here, right? It's a very simple, basic open guard to start with. If this elbow and knee is connected, right, I can put my Dilahibo hook in. So if this elbow and knee is connected, I can put my Dilahibo hook in. Now he just kind of moves around a little bit, just moves around whichever way, right? We learn here, right? Like this, if it's straight, I can pull into close guard, right? I can always go back to the lasso. If the guy starts to kill this right leg, he starts to trap it, or like somehow I just messed up, then I'm gonna push with this left foot in the shoulder, bring my leg back out and go back to the position. If he tries to loop out of the lasso like this, I'll kick my leg out and come back, right? Here, if this is open, again, I can close guard. So this is like, to me, is the foundational start point of a double sleeve. As you get comfortable with this, then you can start adding stuff in like spider hooks, right? So I could be here with this position, maybe this space is open here, and I just feed this foot in and go here. Now this starts opening up, working underneath. I can use this to segue into overhead sweeps, start taking them backwards, you work at ankle locks, whatever, right? I can be here like this and I'm just controlling, right? And then I switch to the ankle, push the hip out, and now I'm working into setup guard game. That's one of the best things about double sleeve is that once you have a good base control in it, you can kind of stall, catch your breath, and then it's really easy to transition to almost any other guard. You know, different guards have different attributes. Collar sleeve is very aggressive on the submissions, but it's not as easy to just rest in the beginning. Like when you're technical with it, you can, but like it's not as easy to just sit there, right? Position like the single leg guard where you're sitting up on a single leg. It's very good for sweeping, but it's not as good for submitting someone. So I would say that one of the big attributes of double sleeve is that it's easy to get to, and if you need to rest, then it's very effective for just controlling, stalling, and then deciding where you want to go from there. So you need to be able to use your technique to slow the match down, let your energy get back up, and then decide when is the right time to attack.